हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन ज़रूर दबाएं।
Pranam, Namaskar. I'm Raghav. BSR Media welcome all the participants to this special program, Save the Samadhi, Stop the Sale of Osho Basho. So we have a very beautiful co-host with me, Arti Razdan. Pranam,
Hi
Namaskar.
friends, Pranam.
So we have some more friends with us, Sanyasan with us. So here is Swami Dhyan Paritosh from USA. Swami Yoga Sunil from
Pranam,
India.
Pranam. Osho Pranam.
Ma Sitara she's also from USA. And Swami Moksha from India. So Maarti is going to start this program. So I just say to Maarti, kindly start the program.
Hi friends, welcome to this show, which is our first edition in English. And we want through this program to reach out and connect with as many people across the globe about what is happening regarding the sale of Basho and saving Samadhi. So I would like to begin with Swami Sunil Mirpuri ji.
Sure.
And Swami Sunil Mirpuri ji is a leading investment businessman, fantastic legal head, taking care of all our legal situations which are happening vis-a-vis the ashram. So I would like to begin with Sunil ji. And Sunil, would you care to explain to us what is really happening in the ashram right now? Because many friends don't really know what happened and how it happened. So would you like to please share
Yeah,
with
sure.
us?
Surely. First and foremost, it is a very sad thing. I met a couple of friends just 2 days ago from Taiwan who's a beautiful Osho lover. And she was oblivious to the whole circumstances, what is happening in the ashram. And I had to explain to her. And then she got a fright. She was, in fact, there for 15 days. She felt that the ashram was empty and she felt that there was a vibe which was very negative and she was not getting welcome feeling from any of the trustees and the management. And then I explained to her what exactly happened, which she was oblivious to, even though she was there for 15 days. So, in short, they are trying to sell a part of the ashram, which is what we as understand as a samadhi. It is a part and parcel of our meditation place. It is a part and parcel which Osho himself has made like a sarovar and as a swimming pool, as a place where you can, use swimming as a technique of meditation. Now, the ashram trustees have decided to treat that as a recreational area. And just because the plot numbers are different, they are saying that Samadhi is not being sold, Samadhi is different. Previously in 2012, they refused that there was a Samadhi. With enough of pressure and enough of proofs, now they have at least come to agree there is a Samadhi. Now they want to alienate because of plot numbers, that this is the recreation area and this is a Samadhi. We do not agree to that. We think the whole periphery is the Buddha field. This is the place of meditation. It is not a recreational center. It is a recreational center for meditators. It is a meditational recreation center. It's like a club med, yes, but for meditators. So, keeping that in mind, they have decided to encash by selling this piece of land. Now, the excuse they have given to sell this piece of land is that during COVID times, they made a loss of 3.5 crore. I'm talking in rupees. And in that 3.5 crore rupees, they also could pay with the fixed deposits they were already holding. Now the COVID is also over. Why do you need to sell a piece of land which now, if the COVID circumstances are over? But the most interesting part, 3 crore loss, they want to sell 150 or 200 crore property for 107 crores. Your loss is 3 crores. You want to sell something worth 200 crores for 107 crores. my valuation is also not of importance right now. That place is a samadhi. The place is something sacred. It is a pilgrimage for all Osho lovers. And Osho himself wanted to capture whole of Koregaon Park. And here we are talking of selling. I don't think we Osho people around the world are so poor that we can't afford to even maintain this kind of a thing. Most interesting, Arti, I have to tell you, and all the other people who are listening, four people, four trustees, they are the only ones who want to sell. Ask anybody outside. Lakhs and lakhs of Osho lovers. Nobody wants to sell. Nobody even wants to think about selling. In fact, people are not aware. And as the last I've been seeing, I entered this fray of trying to figure out what was happening, and I started getting involved in it. We were hardly 20, 30 people. Today, thousands of people have come, and in fact, day after tomorrow, I believe in Bombay, there's a charity commissioner hearing, and all around India, there are more than 500, 600 people expected to come, which is fantastic. And I'm getting calls from everywhere. This is a wake up time. This show also should be a wake up time. Let this message reach everywhere. Okay, what is happening is absolutely incorrect. It is not monetary gains we are looking at. Four people are holding lakhs of lovers at an hostage. They are willing to destroy the legacy of Osho, and we are not going to allow that to happen. So, in short, we are opposing what they are proposing. We are not going to allow the sale of this place, come what may. Whatever they might say, for us, it is a pilgrimage, it is a samadhi, it is a place of worship, it is where we have celebrated ourselves with Osho, and I don't think this place is for sale. And we have to put all our energies together worldwide and make sure that we all unite under one platform and oppose and make sure that this is not so. This would not be a good idea for our future generations to allow a Buddha field to just vanish away just like that. There are very few places in the universe where you enjoy Buddha field. We have one, and we can't just allow it to go as a legacy. So my appeal is to all of you guys, let's all join hands together, unite, and have one purpose, one goal, one platform to say, no, we're not going to sell Basho. Basho is not for sale. It is a part and parcel of the Samadhi and not for sale. That's what I mean to
Very
say.
well said.
And we are going to
Very
fight.
well said.
Yes.
And what I really liked here was that you used the word Buddha field, because the whole commune is a Buddha field. It
Yes.
is a place of pilgrimage. It is a place where people go for transformation. So for us, it's not just a plot of land. It's not just a swimming pool. It's not just a tennis court. No, it's our place of pilgrimage. It's where the ashes of our sacred master lie. How can we allow these corrupt trustees to sell away to sell away Basho? We cannot even think of it. And I would like to go to our very dear friend Swami Dhyan Paritosh. And Swami Dhyan Paritosh, his parents were sannyasins. He has been living in Atlanta for the past 25 years. He has been involved actively in meditations with his wife, in conducting sessions and classes. He works as a principal engineer in a company and very deeply loves Osho. So, Swami Paritosh, what would you like to say?
Namaste, and first of all, thank you so much for the great work that the team is doing behind. To you, RTG, to Raghav, for having this channel where communication can happen and friends can come and share their thoughts. So this is our only gratitude is what we can tell you. I also want to. I'm also grateful for this invitation to reach out to the people who are not in India at this time and sort of engage them in this mission, because as master's place is important for everybody, regardless of wherever they are. Uh, and I'm also extremely grateful to all the rebels who are here, Swami Sunil, Swami Moksha, and then so many of friends who are working this. Without their rebelliousness, things can slip, and we won't be able to answer to the future generation as to what they did, were they sleeping, or what, how can they let this happen. So I'm extremely grateful for these friends who are on the ground and trying to fight it at the level where the other parties want to fight at. So very grateful to that. And one thing I wanted to say is that is very surprising to me here is US government, they just had an election here. There is a term limit for president. So you cannot be a US president forever. So, and even in our little homeowners association, which we call housing society type, there is a term limit there also. So I am very surprised that why there is no term limit for these trustees, because the trustees that I see, and I have interacted with few of them individually, they may be wonderful human beings, but they are all old. So, and Osho talked about meritocracy, and again, he talked about meritocracy. And when Osho was alive, he always, in his body, I mean, he always gave opportunity to the young people. So, where are the young people? And what surprises me here is that many times these senior sannyasins who are trustees right now, are they just preaching Osho's message as a parrot, or they have themselves really understood what Osho is actually saying, or this is their retirement plan that they are working on? So I would actually insist and tell them that leaving everything else aside, even everything else might be going very good, just have a little courtesy to have more fresh blood. In India is no shortage of talent there, to bring more fresh blood, bring more people on the table to spread Osho's message. I mean, why are there all only 70 and 80 years old people in the part of trustee? It is stinking. It is, even if the people may be good, but if same people continue to do the same thing, it starts stinking. So that is number one thing. The number two, what just occurred to me when Sunil Swamiji was saying is that if you have a root canal, means root canal is bad, and if I don't have money for root canal, I don't go and sell my kidney for that. So I can go and get some money from somewhere else to get the root canal fixed. So what they are basically doing is that they need 3 crores, and now they want to sell it something at a discounted price. And I do not know the numbers what it is, but it does appear that you have a little problem to solve, and you are doing a issue that is irreversible, like selling a kidney is irreversible, you can't go and attach it back there. So that to me is outrightly stupid based on the data that is given to us. If there is a genuine problem, if there is a genuine shortage of funds, Osho always used the word commune means community. So we are all together here. So just lay out a word, and our email addresses are there with the friends from Pune, because our place is registered as a place for meditation. So they all have all these addresses. Just send out an email that they need funds for this particular purpose, and this is the thing. Another thing is that if you ask for funds, there should be transparency. It should not be just something going in a big bucket. So if there is a transparency exactly what is happening, then I bet people will be there to understand, to listen. But what I hear is, and I keep asking them on email many times, and to my disappointment, they hear it is subjudized, we can't reply. And when you ask more, I even got a reply from them saying that you are asking too many questions. So I was very surprised that
Who is them, Paritosh?
huh?
Who is them? Who is them?
Uh, oh, Vatiana, I believe her name. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
to
I
her,
know.
I send email because our place is registered, and they send these emails sometimes. So I send it to them, and they say, "No, you're asking too many questions." So what really, I really smiled that day was that with Osho, people who are compliant don't come to Osho to begin with. Only the rebels are coming to Osho, and you are trying to turn the rebels into compliant. It is never going to work. Come on. So this is all I have to say right now, and maybe we'll have more points coming as we go.
Great. Thank you so much, Paritosh. Now we go across to Ma Sitara. Welcome to the show, Sitara. She's my very beloved friend, very many years spent in the commune as Osho Sannyasin. She has been an accomplished actress in Spain. She's a theta healer person, and she's also written a wonderful book, Own Your Power. And Sitara also conducts healing sessions, meditation sessions across the world. In Bali, I have seen her. In Miami, I have seen her. And I see her globally spreading her light, her compassion, and her love, and teaching people to become more confident and more centered in their own power. So,
Hmm.
welcome to the show, Sitara.
Thank you, RTG. Thank you, everyone, for having me here and for giving me the opportunity to share my message. And thank you all for doing the work that you are doing. I would like to bring in a message that Osho's work is not done yet. The work is still alive. 11/11, 2 days ago, I had a big festival where I got to share Osho's work with 200 people. And to each of the students that I have, their goal and their dream is going to this ashram in Pune. That's the pilgrimage place to go. When we if we sell this place or they close this place, the only university of mysticism in the world would disappear. The unique space that Osho created and all the people around Osho, it's important that we preserve it. And as Paritosh was saying, we are many of us around the world, many of us. Actually, that ashram was created with the love of all the sannyasins and all Osho lovers, and we are still there, and we all have big communities that are ready to support. Just today in the morning, some of the students that I had in this big festival were reaching out and say, how can I do it? Help us go to Osho ashram. So there's the work of Osho is still there. There's many people that want to go and visit the place. So I guess that, and I think it was Paritosh that he was saying, there is many different ways that we can work out, and one of them is changing that board of trustees, of directors, and updating. We need to update. We need to update all the time, and there's many things in that ashram that has not been clear with all the people that we are there. We want to go there as a place of meditation. The meditators that we incorporate meditation in our lives, the ones that we share the medicine of meditation, these people need that Osho ashram, and it's really important that we preserve this space. So I want to tell, if anyone is looking here, to reach out to the leaders of Osho ashram, to tell them that we need that space. What can we do in order to keep this space alive?
Sitara, thank you very much for that. Also, I want to ask you, do you remember the time when you were buying stickers for the ashram? Remember, you were buying this stickers, you were buying the entry pass to go into the ashram?
Oh, yes.
Remember that time? Did you ever feel that the entry price was too high?
It was too high. It is too high. Is it still the same price, or?
It's still the same. Yes. And did you also ever get a receipt for the price that you paid, for the entry sticker that you bought? Did you ever get a receipt from the commune? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Did you ever do any group in Multiversity?
Many.
And when you paid into the Multiversity, did you ever get a receipt for it?
Never.
No. So
I never asked. I never asked for the receipt, but it actually, for my career right now, it would really help, to have a receipt.
So these are few of the things we want to bring out. So for all those years that we were all buying those stickers and we were paying a huge amount of money into the Multiversity, we did not even realize that the money we were paying in to buy a sticker was not going into the ashram fund. It was actually going into Neo Sannyas Foundation, which is a privately owned company. So there in itself was a big scam. And it was like somebody, like our eyes were covered, and we were like blind to what was actually going on. And the money that we were paying into the Multiversity and never getting a receipt was actually like a black money. And there in itself, the trustees, the policy in the ashram was breaking the rules of the Indian government. And they were committing like tax frauds and cheating the public, the sannyasins who were going there to meditate in the first place. So it was like the money was getting taken away into their own accounts and God knows where. Yeah. So this is how we just want to make everybody aware slowly what is going on. Swami Moksha, can we come to you?
Yes, Arti.
Welcome, Swami Moksha. And we
Thank you.
see Swami Moksha is the whistleblower. Raghav, would you like to introduce him?
Yes, he's the person who blew the whistle, okay, and who come to know first that ashram is going to be sale on a sale, okay, and he's the one who raised his voice against this. Yes, and now the days he's also doing a legal battle with these people. Yeah, Swamiji.
Moksha, would you like to tell us about what happened with this room that was sold in the ashram, and a little bit more about the kind of illegal things that have been going on about this money charging, high prices, food, etc.
Yes. See, first of all, I'll tell you, you asked about the room which was given, allotted. Like it was not sold actually. Some people are saying that the room is sold. Actually, it is not sold. It was a possession was given till she leave. This is the like the arrangement with the ashram.
Moksha, before just a moment,
Perpetual
Moksha.
living.
Moksha, just a
Yeah.
moment.
So
Your voice.
yeah.
Just a moment. We begin with Sitara. As you don't know this, you remember Tilopa? Tilopa are the pyramids at the back of the ashram. So a little while back, a room was allotted from Tiropa to a German lady, Christina Nold, and the room which was allotted to her was sold for a huge amount of money, 2.75 crores, and the money was transferred directly into O International Digital Media Limited, which is a bank in Hong Kong. So they are doing all these kind of things and saying the ashram is making losses. You can see the whole story, how it is. Now Moksha will explain you in detail what happened.
Yeah. So there are number of emails. No, that was shared between this OIF and all these companies and all this like Osho International Foundation to this and to her and to like to Maharaj Vajra and all that things. And she sent the money as per the instruction of OIF. She sent money to International Digital Media Company, which is in Hong Kong. So from Germany, money went to Hong Kong, which supposed to come to India in Osho International Foundation. So it is a clear cut of case of the money laundering. Because the money should, because the room is already in India. It is like that you are staying in a hotel in India and I'm taking money in USA. So the Indian company will never get the money, Indian hotel. It was like that. And they are saying we are in loss. One small example I will give. If you buy the food coupon, Sitara, you must be knowing when there is a coupon system, voucher for food and all the things to buy the books or food. We purchase the vouchers, giving cash, and we are taking the vouchers. They were never giving receipts for that vouchers. Now because I wrote to the government department and finally they have to give the receipts. You will surprise that the receipts comes in the name of Osho Media International, not Osho International, not trust. It's a private limited company. They are managing it. See, the money is going to the private limited company. And who is the director? Mukesh Sharda, who is the trustee of the Osho International Foundation. So in his own company, the trustee is transferring the money. The game is very clear. Don't show any income in the trust. Take all the money into different accounts in the different companies in which they are the directors. So ultimately money go into their own personal account, not in the trust account. So because of this, they are showing that there is no income in trust. The trust is making loss. And one more thing, in during the year 2018 and 19, there was the 15 crore plus rupees fixed deposit with bank. It was surplus money, 15 crore rupees. So where this 15 crore rupees disappeared within 2 years. They are selling there because of Corona 3.5 crore rupees loss. But before 2 years ago, They were having more than 15 crore rupees fixed deposit into the bank. Where this money went? Until now, they have never given this account, not even with the charity commissioner. And somehow, I don't know what is the reason. Charity commissioner is not asking for that. In number, Sunil, you must be remember, we asked many times, where is the last year's this audited auditor's report, balance sheet?
Last 2
They
years.
are not.
Last 2 years. Last
And
2 years
some
they're not paying.
mysterious reason, the charity commissioner is silent. They are also not asking. See, the whole game is a money laundering case. It's a clear cut. One more thing I'll tell you. Just before, in 2018-19, Ashram purchased an office in Bombay worth more than 2 crore rupees. So it is like that. If you need a money to buy shoes or something, will you sell your whole entire house? And you don't have money for the normal maintenance, but you are buying an office in Bombay for what? Why you are not selling that office? So this is a very clear-cut example. Actually their intentions are wrong. They want to destroy the entire place. They want to destroy the Osho's legacy. They want to play with the sentiment of hundreds, thousands people. They don't have anything to do. There are hundreds of people doing wrong with Osho's, with the name of Osho. They don't do anything with them. But suppose if you share a single good discourse of the Osho with his picture, immediately that will be taken away from Facebook and YouTube. Any good things you are doing with the name of Osho, you are not allowed to do. But if you are doing something harmful or you are doing something vulgar, they will be happy. They will never disturb you. So their intentions are very clear. They want to destroy entire Osho's legacy, Osho's culture, Osho's meditation, everything. If they are doing really good work, why the number of people are reducing day by day? If you see Sitara, since 20 years last, there were thousands of people coming daily. Now hardly 10, 15, 20 people are not there. So is it the example? Is it example of the good management or the bad management? Yes, Arti.
So as we see right now, it's really like a moment of a great fire. There's a great fire out there. And for us right now, we feel like we are firefighting. And Sunil is deeply involved in making a case with the charity commissioner. In fact, on the 15th, there is a big movement here where we are doing a silent protest again to the charity commissioner, saying that she should stop fresh bidding and take into account all the financial audits, the financial story, what the trustees have been submitting. There should be a proper inquiry. So Swami Sunil will now tell you what is happening with the charity commissioner at the current stage.
So the charity commissioner is, I think, a wonderful front for the OIF itself. I don't know how hand in glove they are. So I made an application, last application, because of the High Court saying you cannot sell the OIF property or alienate the property or create a third party interest in the properties.
Sunil,
Using that judgment.
Sunil, one moment. Just explain what is third party, because I also didn't know what was third party.
Third party means anybody who's interested in buying the land who's not connected with OIF or not a sannyasi, just an outsider, basically an outsider. Third party means an outsider. So you're not supposed to sell or you're not supposed to alienate the property is the High Court order. Using that order, I made an application to the charity commissioner. There is an MOU which is already done with Mr. Rajiv Bajaj. He is a third party, and that money has been taken on behalf of that 50 crore rupees, which has already created an interest in the property. Therefore, you should cancel the MOU and refund back the 50 crore rupees. So she heard the application and she passed an order which is nothing to do with the application we are asking for. She's invited for new bids, and she's asking, and I made a statement that time, Osho's place is invaluable. So she says, in case you have a problem with valuation, you can get me a new valuation report. Now, there is no connection. So it is very evident what we are asking. The judicial mind is not being applied at all. The charity commissioner is very clearly giving you a statement that she's hand in gloves with them. I'm not asking for anything of that, and you're already giving provisions for that. The application was different. You're answering me differently. So on the 15th, we proposed all our beautiful sannyasis to come and offer her a rose and ask the principal charity commissioner to change the judge to somebody who's going to apply a judicial mind in application while hearing our matter. This is clearly a case of somebody who is absolutely in favor of the sale of the ashram even before our objections are heard. We all objecting to the sale of the ashram. She has not even heard the ashram, our side of the argument. Besides not hearing our argument, she has gone and made a new bid also. So basically, you haven't divorced the first wife and you're calling for the second wife already to come and join in. So I didn't understand. It is absolutely very in blunt. I'm going to be blunt and say it is not done in a judicial manner. There is definitely hanky panky and it's very evident. And to protest that, 15th of November, lots of good sannyasis will come with a rose, present the principal charity commissioner requesting for a change of the judge, somebody who will apply the judicial mind in our matter. If anybody will apply a judicial mind in our matter, I am very certain, and I can underline and tell you, it is very clear we will win the matter. One very important point in the application they have made is under number section 36 for sale of a property. The sale of a property of a trust can only be done when there is no other alternative. And as Sitara just said, Paritosh just said, we are going to offer you, okay, you've made a loss, we sannyasis make a fund and we pay it to you. Then there is no way their ashram trust property can be sold. It is only on the last provision. There is no other alternative then. But we have got many alternatives. We also have alternatives by showing that this fund of Christine Nord is not yet accounted in the books. We are also giving them hardcore evidences of the incomes the trust has got, which they haven't put it and provided and shown to the thing, which is of absolute fraud. They have ample funds. They have ample income. They are allowing people to not come to the ashram so that they diminish the people visiting for their income. Very simple. You wear a mala and go. You cannot go. I can wear a Shah Rukh Khan mala and go to the ashram and I will be welcome. If I wear my Osho mala in an Osho ashram, I am stopped. I am against the rule. What rule? Osho rule? Is this something? So they are alienating people not to come. They are discouraging people to come. There is no Osho photo. One very important point I must make, and whoever is hearing should bear this in mind. They have tampered with the Samadhi. And absolutely, this is out of the system. Nobody is going to tolerate a tampering of my Samadhi. This is a gross violation. And I don't think any of us sannyasis are going to feel nice to hear these things. If these matters are brought in front of a correct person hearing the judge, then they will understand that the Samadhis cannot be sold. Not only Osho Samadhi, there are 5 other Samadhis besides that. There are totally 6 Samadhis. And they are trying to say you can alienate, this is the Samadhi area, this is the recreation area. This is all bullshit, hogwash. Anyway, we have got one alternative. We all sannyasis are getting together. We are going to make an offer to the charity commission in the next hearing. We are willing to pay you the loss, whatever it exists, that is there, and stop the sale. We will at one point win. There has to be some amount of sanity in the whole transaction. But what I think is required in the need of the hour is everybody getting together in one platform. We all uniting together for this. It's not a fight. It's an awakening. I think this is one occasion Osho has made for all of us, to unite each other. Sitara Devi, you're sitting there, you said something very beautiful, yet you have 200 people who want to come to visit at some point. It is our Medina and Mecca. Small beginnings we all can do sitting around the world. Just you can write a letter to them telling them they do not sell the ashram. Simple. That also will be a part of building up a movement for them to understand. Again, I'm repeating, 4 people, and we are lakhs and lakhs of people being disturbed, and it is not fair. It is a samadhi, it is a place of Buddha field. It is our duty to do a little bit, each one can do and contribute, even if it is contributing by writing a letter or explaining to them or making voicing your opinion that this is not right what you all are doing. I think everybody should wake up and do something for their masters. This is the time now.
Very
So,
beautifully said, Sunil. Sitara?
uh, yes, thank you, Arti. I want to ask something to Sunil
Yeah.
ji, because many of the sannyasins and many of Osho lovers, we are really not aware of the organization that happens on the ashram. This is something that I was for 10 years in the ashram and I was never involved. I know them all. They all know me, but I was never involved in other organization and what happened on the backstage of the ashram. And that's the case for many of the people that go to meditate. When you go to meditate, you are going to a safe space, and that safe space needs to be clear, needs to be a safe space, and that's what's not happening right now in the ashram. I have a couple of questions. I want to know how many companies companies are holding that. Who is right now in charge of the ashram? Is it like a private company? Is it an Indian company? Is it a foreign company? Because I lived for many, many years in India, and I know how the policy of foreign companies in India, and I know there's a lot of things there which I think are not clear. If you could please clarify and bring some clarity for that, I think that would be very, very helpful.
I'll do that, Satara. So primarily now there are 2 trusts. One is Neos Foundation, Neo Sannyas Foundation, and one is OIF, Osho International Foundation. Based on these 2 trusts, there were multiple sub trusts. Slow and steadily, all of them got changed of name, and these are the 2 principal trusts holding all the properties in India itself. Now, the smart move is if they have a trust called Osho International Foundation, in brackets India, which belongs as a trust. They have made another company, a trust, Osho International Foundation, Europe, Zurich. So if you as a sannyasi pay money, the money is collected by OIF Zurich. All Osho's books, all Osho's royalties, all the copyrights money, which we have calculated could be in tunes of hundreds of crores of rupees. There was a time of 2 books being published a day in 650 in 85 languages. All this money gets collected in Zurich. The money what Arti was discussing and what Moksha was explaining to you is you pay the money to the ashram for entrance fee, for the food coupon, for your multi-university. They collect the money. It doesn't go to either of the 2 trusts, Neo Sannyas or Osho. It goes to a private limited company. These are 2 trusts. But it goes to a private limited company called Zen Properties Private Limited and also Osho Multimedia. These 2 private limited companies, the directors and the trustees are the same. Basically, you pay the money, it goes straight into the pockets to the private limited company. It doesn't come anywhere in front of the trust. Trust receives very minimal amount. It is another very important thing to note that this must be the only place in India of such beautiful samadhi as well as the spiritual growth area. Uh, 15-20 places of religious visits in the last 10 years. Every year it grows by 10 to 15%. When you went to Shirdi in 2000 and beginning of the millennium, and today it is a growth of 200%, 300%. Our time from 1919, when there was a declaration by OIF, 15,000 people per day visiting the ashram. 15,000, 1990. Today we are in 2022. 100 people don't go to the ashram, where it should
I
have
heard
grown to
12 people. The other day there
Yes,
was
the
12
last day,
people.
last I heard, I also heard there were 12 people 2, 3 days ago. From 10,000 in 1990, which should have grown by 10% every year, you should have lakhs of people. And each one, the other important thing to know today, you go to the welcome center, it's not welcoming you anymore. There's nothing welcome. It's like you're going to a Gestapo and they're going to check every bit of you. You feel uncomfortable when you enter the thing as if you're just screening you, as if you're come there as a terrorist. You can't wear a mala. You can't do this. You can't do. There are only don'ts. And Osho never believed in rules, and they only prepare rules. So I mean to say there are two trusts, but none of the income comes to the trust. They are pocketing it through them through the private limited companies, which go directly into the trustees' pockets. The main thing is the copyright, which they have transferred illegally to Zurich for zero price, and we have ample proof evidences it is done illegally. But of course, because of the money power they have, every time you do a case, they crush it with their money power and influence. But now, our unity, that's why I keep repeating the word, our getting together as a united front now is going to be the game changer. We can't fight them in terms of money, we can't fight them in terms of the political powers they enjoy. But yes, once they see the united front coming up and uprising is very genuine, yes, and that is going to be our strength. But you're right, Sitara, the money doesn't go to the trust at all. In
And
spite
what
of that, whatever 5 or 10% income they have, they still have surplus of 15 crore rupees as fixed deposits in 2019. They were
and
still surplus.
Sunilji,
Yes.
what does the Indian government do about that? How do they feel that a guru that was so important, that it was the biggest, because now we have Sadhguru, we have all, and I love Sadhguru. I've been with him. I've been in Coimbatore in his ashram. I see the work that they do there, and I know that they all got the inspiration from Ragnish,
Yes.
and how does the Indian government stands in this situation? Are they defending? Are they supporting the cause? Do they see that there's something happening there?
Okay. So I'm going to be absolutely candid. Indian government has not interfered in the matter at all. If we do approach a political party, the political party informs them these people fund the political front heavily with money, and our matter is closed. So far, there were individual people we were uprising and doing, so it was not having a movement. This is what I'm saying. Now the movement has picked up. Lately, we met the chief minister of Maharashtra, and he's taking cognizance. We are meeting the home minister in this coming week. And we are now meeting as a united force, not a single person or two people or two sannyasis going and crying, oh, what happened to Osho, what happened. Now there is a build-up of a momentum, and that momentum is going to be your strength. Because Indian politics are, I wouldn't say corrupt word because they will hold me tomorrow, but they are not, they are biased with people who can fund their parties more than I can. And as individuals, we cannot have reached that level. But yes, you are right. We are now heading towards every single department of the central government, Maharashtra government, waking up all the ministers, and we are appealing to our prime minister, and all that is happening as a collective force now, which was happening very in trinklets. Now we are doing it in collective force, and I'm very certain it's a matter of time when you will see that yes, the political cognizance will be taken, and we will be able to get support to see what we are talking. It's a samadhi. You are tampering with Samadhi. That an Indian, even a normal Indian, forget an Osho lover, is not going to be tolerant towards. When these things come in the forefront, when people hear us as a collective force, that is the time when you will see the government also changing and standing beside you and making all the changes that are required. So, united front is what I'm going to always keep repeating. Unity between all sannyasis. We have Indian community which sometimes, if five people work together, two are putting the other three down. We have to stop that. We have to be united now, fight as one. So that, Sitara, we I think have taken into account that besides our legal fight, we also are moving in the political front very aggressively now, very aggressively, and we
Yes,
will do it.
this is an appeal to each and every sannyasin across the world and in India, globally, or whoever has loved Osho. Whether you're sannyasin or non-sannyasin doesn't matter. But if you've ever heard him or ever he has touched your heart, then this is the time to join this movement. Wake up, because this is the time we have to stop the sale of Basho and we have to remove these corrupt trustees. This is the time our voice needs to become one. That is very, very important. And Sitara, you had a question. I remember you wrote that to me, that will the government take over the ashram? Was that your fear? Was that what you felt? You can please ask it out. You like.
Yeah, I was. Osho's ashes are in that ashram. It's the Samadhi. It's Osho has been one of the most important spiritual leaders in the world in this time that we're living. He was an ascended master, and I really feel deeply how the government of India is not really taking care of this. Even from Maharashtra, from Pune, how are they not taking care of this property, of this space that has been so important and that can still be, because Osho's work is still alive. So my question was that why are we not getting help from the political parties? But I
No,
think
we are
Sunilji
beginning.
already, yeah.
Yeah.
We are now beginning, because now we are all coming together. Earlier, it was just like one single voice here, one single voice there. But now we see a big movement rising. And on the 15th of November, that is day after, many, many people are going to come together. In fact, now what was a voice here and there is now a huge tidal wave. So there is a huge tidal wave of people waking up and understanding what was actually going on. So, like, the mask is coming off now, and people are seeing what was the original face. Paritosh,
Yes.
would you like to say something? You have
I
been
do,
really
I
quiet.
do. Just for the interest of many friends here, I have a question for Sunilji or Mokshaji to understand that the ashram is a trust. So it's a public trust. That's why it is the charity commissioner is involved. What are the Indian laws about the financial transparency of a trust? Because here I know that if there is a trust, you had to actually publish. What you expand, what you did. So, what are the laws in India? And if somebody is not complying with those laws, how do you report that? It seems to me that the fox is guarding the hen house here, based on what you explained.
Yes. Moksha, would you like to answer or should I answer?
Kindly unmute yourself. Yes, now you can
You
speak.
are, you carry on, na? Sunil, you
Yeah.
carry on.
Okay. Okay. You're right, Paritosh. Every country has a law that you have to have an audited balance sheet presented to the trust. Same is with the case with these both the trust, Neo Sannyas as well as Osho International Foundation. They haven't filed the balance sheets of the last 2 years. We have been asking very clearly to the charity commissioner, till this audited balance sheet has not been filed, there is no sense of you hearing the matter. I have also made an application to that effect. It also, besides filing, there is a lot of investigation which is to be done, which your predecessors has already given orders for the same. So, not have they investigated anything, nor have they filed the balance sheet. But in spite of my application to stop the hearing because of these two reasons, she allowed that okay, investigations will happen on the financial front, but the hearing will continue, which is unfair. So yes, there is a law. They have to have audited balance sheet. They haven't yet filed it. There, it is totally against the law. They are penalized for it, and the penalties are so small, so they can afford to pay that kind of penalty. So they take it lakhs. But we are not in a mood to hear the matter unless we get the latest balance sheet, where we can see the income and the profits and the losses immediately. Yes, we are forcing them now. We are forcing them now. We've made applications to that effect that you should not hear the matter till the balance sheets are not filed, and we are pursuing that to be done. But saying that on one side, because of COVID times, I'm very certain because 15, 20 people were staying there, they may not have a positive, but there were fixed deposits already there, which is in the positive. having fixed deposit and able to pay the losses, and now with COVID terms have gone, there is no reason for them to sell. But of course, there are many hundreds of reasons for them not to sell. And but they are hell bent on being egoistic, and they want to do prove a point. Now I'm going to make one point a little clear, Paritosh and to Sitara. It is not just the sale of this particular piece of land. It is the nose when you enter the ashram. The moment this main nose gets disintegrated, the other plots that are there surrounding the 14 plots are all going to come up for sale. This is the actual plan. The main nose disappears, the small plots, nobody go, there's nothing happening. Nobody ever visits the other small plots like the plot number 3 of parking or Sanai. You don't ever go there. Everything will come as a real estate sale. It is going to be a real estate takeover, basically. And there are very powerful developers in Pune who are behind this, who want the land bank to go to them. We are aware about all that also. But saying that, when the first part will be stopped, then there is no question of it selling. That's why we keep saying this is a Samadhi and it is not for sale. Therefore, we don't get into valuations of it at all. Yes, they are bound to give their balance sheets, audited balance sheets, but they haven't yet done it. And based on that, we've been asking them to stop the hearing. And as you see, in spite of us putting that front, the charity commissioner keeps on hearing the matter.
Moksha, I think, want to say something. Yeah, Swami Moksha.
Yes. Yeah. So just now, Sunil told that OIF is one trust in India, Osho International Foundation. Osho International Foundation Trust is in Zurich also. So there is the same name, two identity, right? No, there are three identities. One more is that Osho International Foundation registered as a private limited company in India with registrar of companies. So three identities with the same name. If you get a receipt, you will not know. And there's the same address. See, the height is that the same address of Osho International Foundation Trust and Osho International Foundation Private Limited Company. And it was registered under ROC, under the society company. So they are exempted to write the private limited company. So suppose if you are paying money to Ashram Trust and they give receipt of Osho International Foundation, you are not know whether it is going to trust or whether it is going to private limited company. And who is the director? The trustee, same, Mukesh Sharda. So see the systematic crime they are doing it. See the mind, how cunning.
Fraud.
Yeah. It appears to me here that probably if this is all true, and I'm just hearing that maybe many people, appears to me, and I'm too young or even to make this statement, but it appears to me that people may be with Osho, but they did not understand the message at all, looks like. Because if at this age somebody's still all interest is in money and this and that, then what are you doing there? You better go and open your own business and be an entrepreneur rather than trying to be means who are you trying to fool here? Means you're trying to fool yourself. But I know we are at the top.
Today, religion and spirituality is the best business, so they're already in it.
So
why would they leave it?
That means that they did not understood the message of Osho. I can
Absolutely,
say
they are absolutely
outrightly if what we are talking about is true, and I do not know any of these people. Yes, Swamiji.
Yeah. See, all those who are going to temple are not going to have a darshan. Some people are going to steal the shoes also.
But they can't be the priest, right? People can go, but they can't be the priest. I want to bring two more points. I know we are touching at the top of the hour. One thing was mentioned about the copyright. About copyright on Facebook. So I do want to say what I feel, and I know many others will resonate, that copyright is not bad. Copyright is needed. The reason copyright is needed is because anybody can abuse the content. Means tomorrow somebody can publish a book, just copy all the Osho's thing, write their name and say, oh, I told all this. So copyright is needed. A basic copyright is needed to protect. But using copyright as a weapon is gross, is cheap actually. So if anybody is listening, I just want them to convey to them that using copyright as a weapon is under the belt, is cheap actually. So what you are doing is not right. If, for example, Nisarga means who is doing.
Paritosh, just like to add something here. Since Osho was Indian, the country of origin was India.
Yeah, so it is absurd that copyright will be registered in Zurich. Means why? What is there in Zurich? So Osho's work copyright should be in India, 100%. Means that's a common sense to me. Means you don't need any court order or anything. Osho spent his time here and in the America, but the commune is not here. So definitely the copyright should be in India. But using it as a weapon to shut down people like Nisarga or whatever Tapovan is doing or Nisarga is doing, Osho Dham is doing, that is very cheap actually. That's very, very cheap. Yeah. And one more.
So basically, where are you sitting?
Oh, you're together in
So
one room.
basically, this copyright which was taken away, yeah. So it was taken away to Zurich, and every 5 minutes that a book sells, the money going to Zurich, that is what is wrong. The copyright is right. Nuclear power can be good and creative and destructive at the same time. So the copyright is right, but not the money going to Zurich. That is wrong.
Correct.
That is unfair.
Absolutely wrong. And using it as a weapon to bring other people's
Yes.
contribution down, like what Tapoban Swami Arun is doing or
Exactly.
Nisarga is doing. If they are posting something about Osho, I do that myself, because if some sentence or something touches you a lot, you want to share it with the world. And if you bring that down, that sounds kind of cheap to me. And one more thing I want to mention,
True.
and again, I'm hoping that somebody from the ashram management is listening, or they can convey it to them. Is I I'm a huge, and there's just right here, right next to me, there is a library that we have at our center here. Uh, we just keep going buying the Osho's original books, means from eBay, from Viha, or wherever it is. And I'll be honest with you, I do not even read them. I just buy them and maybe flip the pages of Darshan Diary. But the only reason I buy them is that they have so beautiful photos. Just holding the book in hand for 30 seconds or 1 minute is enough. You don't even need to open the book. If I want to read it, I'll read a PDF somewhere else. But now, and I also buy, to all with all disclaimer, I buy every single book that OIF puts it out there on Amazon. I just buy them. And but those books, the editing is good. They made it contemporary for younger generation, I understand that. But the books are very dry. And Osho, and this may be an observation of many people, that Osho works at a very different level. So sometimes I feel that Osho's actual words are probably just the 10% of the real thing. What he is conveying beyond the words, by his voice or by his picture or by his video, is the real message, and the gaps in between is the real message. The words are very short, are very small contribution to the total what Osho is bringing. So if you take his photo out from the book, it is just drying the book. Many people I know, we have met here, they say they just got attracted to Osho when they saw a picture, something clicks to them.
Yes.
So please don't remove the picture of Osho from the back of the books or in the front of the books. Don't make this book as another self-help book out there. And Anuradha and myself, we often talk about it, that one discourse of Osho is worth more than n number of books by the contemporary gurus out there, or the self-help books or motivational speakers. They all are nothing compared to just one discourse of Osho. It's so intense. So don't take those photos out, please.
I
Beautiful,
want to
powerful message by
Arti ji.
Paritosh. Restore the photos, restore Osho's photos in the ashram, in the books, and everywhere. We want to see Osho's pictures back where they belong.
Yes.
Sitara,
I want
you
to.
also have written a beautiful book, Own Your Power.
Yes,
So,
yes, and
love
it
to hear some of
actually
that.
it actually was about my experience in the Osho ashram and how the meditations that Osho brought in can help and support, and still are being helpful for so many people. But I do want to add something and drop in here something. When they claim that they're selling Basho because of the laws, I would love to go a little bit deeper and say it's not the loss, it's because of a poor management.
Yes.
And there's a
Exactly.
there's a consequence there that it breaks my heart to see that such a beautiful space with so much intention, with so much things, that there's not any other place in the world like the Osho ashram. There's not. You can go around. There's other centers we have created, and we have little seats around the world. But Osho ashram, it's unique, and to see it with 12 people, it's the consequence of a bad management.
Yes.
What can we do? What can we do to change the management? What can we do? Is there anything that we can do about that?
Yeah. We have again moved. It is again governed by the charity commissioner. We have again moved them for the change of the trustees. We have asked the request exactly bad management, and as I explained to you, from 15,000 we are down to 12 now, and because of that, we have made an application that the trustees should be changed. I think Paritosh was also pointed out. This is one of the most unique place where 31 years there has been no change of management.
Right.
Same people continuing over
It is,
and
it
over
is
and over.
against,
There is
it is
there is
against
no
Osho.
like a society. There has been no change of management. No younger generation put in. Of course, that is because they have got the power and they are enjoying that power. They don't want to let go of the
They are
power.
misusing the power.
Besides, they are also wrong in many ways. The minimum required trustees are seven. There are only four, and those four are continuing. We have also made an application for that, and probably we are going to ask three of our known people to be added as trustees. So there's a fight going on that front also. Yes.
Yeah, we had to drain the swamp, as they say it here. You have to drain the swamp to get all the dead bodies out from there, and have fresh people, and listen to Osho's own message. Means I'm surprised that people go on preaching these things who are there, and they are not following the basic 101 message that should be understood just by one discourse of Osho. So to me, that is a very surprising actually.
So Paritosh, we come across many Osho people, and they said, "Oh, why do you want to change the trustees? It was they are the chosen ones by Osho
No, no,
itself."
no.
So, so I at these times it becomes very difficult. So I had to answer them that Osho also used the secretaries to the time when they were not corrupted. He changed Ma Neelam, he changed Yoga Lakshmi, he changed Sheila. So even Osho during his lifetime kept on changing as the time required. We did not need to keep any particular people.
Right.
But
We
yes,
had to
people
keep
have
it
different.
fresh. We
There
had
are
to
lazy
keep it
people.
fresh.
There are lazy people who don't want to participate. So then they will use all these words, very Osho words, but it doesn't make
No,
any
no.
rebellious sense.
It is
They
absurd
just want
argument
to take
because
benefit of this
chosen few
these
No,
cannot
words.
be
they
there.
just misuse his words.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
chosen few cannot be there because all the people you are talking about are there in their 70s or more than that, and they're going to die in another 10, 15 years. So they should also think that they don't want to go into the history book as a Devdutt of Osho. They need to go as some Sariputra or something else of Osho who are really doing meaningful. Because
Too late for that.
200
Too
years
late.
down the road, these people will be remembered as Devdutts that who were actually with Osho and were doing against them. So please, guys, just wake up. What are you doing there? So just wake up, and it is about your time to prepare for your own death rather
Yeah.
than just trying to cling on to some penny here and some penny there. You have enough money. How much money do you need to live actually? So let other people do, let hundreds and millions of other people benefit. Don't be
Yes.
that little speck of dirt in put into people's eyes, which will stop them seeing the entire Himalayan range. So you are the dirt right now who is stopping the people to see the whole Himalayan range. So please
Well,
move away and move away, create the space for others. You can be there as advisors, means people respect your experience, but don't be in a decision maker. Don't be a blocker for Osho's message. What will you answer Osho when you meet him in heaven or wherever, if you happen to connect with him? What will you answer? That you are the one who prevented people to come to the place? Means if 12 people are going from 15,000, that's the worst marketing there. So that's
One more question I have. So when people come into the ashram right now, there's no Osho. I just want to do the recap. So we don't have Osho pictures. We do have Osho discourse, or we don't have Osho discourse either
Osho discourse in the white room.
in the evening meeting.
Yes.
Yeah. So you cannot
Yes.
wear a mala.
No.
No, you cannot. If you wear the mala, they ban you.
Oh, okay. And then in the
Like we
samadhi,
are banned. So we are in
in
the elite group of the band.
Oh my
You're the
God! And
chosen. You're the chosen few.
in Samadhi, in
I'm
Osho's
also the
house,
chosen one.
in Osho's
You-
house where you went to do Samadhi there and meditate. Um, is that open? Can you still go there to meditate?
Yes.
30 minutes.
Yes.
There is a
But you have
particular
to pay
time.
full day
So,
charge
so, so
for that.
those banned sannyasis like us and Moksha also, I guess. We are now got a high court order to visit the samadhi without any restriction, but we still pay 970 rupees for the full day. So, of
For the
course, we are
full
going to
day.
take that up also. Matter is
And we
also,
can go only 30 minutes.
and we can go to the,
Yes.
because that order has come from the high court that there will be no stoppage to visit the samadhi.
Wow. And what is the percentage of those 12 people, which breaks my heart, of foreigners and Indians? Because I know that because of COVID, foreigners could not go to India. I know like many of people reach out to me, like, when can I go to the ashram again? So what is the percentage now? Do foreigners go there?
Few foreigners, very
I
few
think
foreigners.
just 2 or 3 were there.
Yeah.
One dear friend of mine was there. She just left for Taiwan day before yesterday. She was there for 20 days. But if there
Very
she's
few.
saying 12 or 15 people, then maybe 10%. I think there were more Indians.
Wow. Maybe another way of approaching it is also all the businesses, because Osho Ashram generated so much business in Corrigan Park. You know, all the hotels around, I mean, like, we had a Buddha field, we had a community, a big community that it's not that it disappeared, it that they cut it off because there's so many people that want to go back there.
Yes. So
Yes.
we will
Right.
now
Say
recreate that
something.
same 1990. We want the 10,000 Buddhas back over there. That is the vision.
And we want to
Exactly.
dance and we want to celebrate and we want to sing the way we used to. We want to listen to music the way we used to, without those black uniform bouncers standing in front of the main. There are guys in black uniform standing outside the main gate, and they give you the worst energy possible. It's insane.
So
Anyway,
Sitara, just because you were not here, I'll just update you on this Guru Purnima. There were about 60 people inside the ashram, and we were 200 people dancing outside the gates. That is the scenario. That is the scenario. And we were proud because even though we were banned, they used to take pride that nobody more than 10 minutes can make anything outside the gates of the ashram. And this time we proved to them that whole till the night meditation, we all were there and dancing, and the police also didn't help them this time.
Wow, please, let's use the social media to share this. There's many people, many important motivational speakers that support Osho. Even Lady Gaga, Tony Robbins, Deepak Chopra, Sadhguru, they all talk about Osho's work. And we can get their supports because they're reaching to many people. So let's tag them and
That
get
is a
all the
wonderful
support.
thought. Yeah, this is
so
wonderful.
great, Tara. So we look forward to welcome you and your
Correct.
energy in this movement. And one of the things that you can all do is to write letters. And we will soon be passing on to you the address where you can write letters. And we should meet more often on a show like this, on Zoom chats, connect with each other, support each other, and be each other's wings to fly, basically.
One more
So it's
question. Do we have like a petition where I know that letters are great, but we live in a very speed world. Do we have something digital, that like a link or something that we can get signatures? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Swami
Maybe
Moksha
Arti will
wants to say something.
pass them on. In fact, we are creating one letter now also for the charity commissioner on the 15th. I'll ask Arti to
yeah.
pass it on to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with
Swami
that,
Moksha
I
wants to
think
say something.
1 minute.
Yeah,
1
Swami
minute.
Moksha.
So this is for Sitara and Paritosh. See, they people are saying that because of COVID, the people didn't come and there was a loss. So COVID lockdown started in around 27th or 20th March or somewhere, right? 2020. Right, Raghav?
yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Okay.
yes, you are right. 23rd of March was the date.
20th of March.
23rd of
So,
March. Yes.
yeah. And on 5th May, I got the news. 5th May 2020 that they are selling. Actually, that was my birthday. So that day I was busy, so I didn't told anyone. Next day I break the news on the 6th that ashram is selling the land. So see, within 1.5 months, how come they know that the corona situation will go so long, 1.5 year, and they will have the 3 crore rupees, 4 crore rupees loss? So
Good
this
point,
is just a
Mokta.
reason. This is just a reason. Actually, they have planned to sell. It has nothing to do. In corona, they just find one excuse. Very good excuse they found.
No, but
Actually,
even,
their intention was to sell. By
sorry,
hook or
Moksha,
crook.
they use this excuse this time because of Corona, there's a loss. But there's always been two circumstances before that when they were trying to sell or to gift that ashram land to themselves for 1 rupee darshan trust. Much before the Corona, they have
Yeah.
tried this 2 times before, and both the times they were stopped. There was a stay order taken, but they have been trying this
Yes.
regularly. So this was just a nice time for them to do it hidingly, because they published the advertisement in some paper in some Palghar area which nobody reads. They published it in Marathi. They didn't use the word Osho anywhere. So it was very obvious they are doing it on a very sly manner. And the best thing is that 3 offers that have come are only come with the 3 people who are related to each other in some business connection or the other. So advertisement put in Bombay. Pune people have applied for the bidding, and all the 3 people are known to each other. In the advertisement, no Osho is mentioned anywhere, so that nobody comes to know it's Osho land. And they publish it in a place called Palghar, where nobody even reads a newspaper. So this is all very manipulative. If you are straightforward, if you had to sell, you would have done it in the correct procedure. And besides, the first procedure is, whenever a trust land goes for sale, it is the charity commissioner who gives the order to publish the thing and to invite the bids. Here, they did it on their own. They did not wait for. They've done everything. They've collected the money. They've done the MOU. They've just come to charity commission to take approval. De facto, they're trying to regularize the deal. So we are fed up of these management. But again, let's give them the credit. 4 people are holding lakhs of us at ransom. I mean, we have to get up from our sleep, yeah.
Too much. So, right, with that, shall we wind up for today, Raghav?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I just want to say to Swami Sunil, okay, what appeal you would like to make to all the sannyasin around the world?
I think
Before
during my talk today, I must have said it 4 or 5 times already.
yes,
I
but
think
last
it's time. When you talk of Osho, I think awakening is one of the key word he would associate with. It's time to all of us awaken ourselves, and with your love for your master, come forward, even if it is to write a letter to the Prime Minister of India or to the Chief Minister. Please give at least that much movement, and out of love for your master, do that. Yes, we are planning. Everybody should be on one platform. Nobody will put each other down. You unite yourself as one. As Rumi rightly said, I am you and you are me. And I think this movement should be in that category, and we all are one. And we all have to unite, because the political front, the other fronts that will understand our voice is only through numbers of our sannyasis. So let's all unite. Let's all get together. One thing I can guarantee you now, blinded for this will never be sold. How and when that will happen, how universe takes its turn, I am not aware about. But this land is not for sale. It will never get sold. Osho Samadhi will flourish better than before. And probably this has all happened for the good. So I want each of us to get together, each one support each other, each one out of love and out of meditativeness. No fighting, no violence, nothing. We will get it done. And I will show you worldwide. I'm seeing Sitara. I can see her vibrations. That's so beautifully it's coming out. So like that, many people all around the world get our message and join in our movement. Be one.
Let's one say Osho.
Osho.
Thank you
Lovely,
so
guys.
much, Swami Sunil, Ma Arti, Ma Sitara, Swami Moksha, and Swami Dhyan Paritosh. So thank you
Thank
so
Thank
much.
you. Osho
Thank
Naman.
you.
Thank you so much.
Osho Naman.
Thank you.
Pranam. Osho Naman.
Wonderful meeting to everyone. Wonderful meeting.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन ज़रूर